Let's get more on this now from Al Jazeera contributor and political science professor Jason Johnson. He joins us from Cleveland in the U.S. state of Ohio. Now, this decision, Jason, comes just only a few days after, of course, the grand jury in Ferguson decided not to indict the police officer involved in the death of a black teenager there. So this is all coming in, just adding on to this sense of injustice that many people feel in the way that police officers are able to act with impunity here.
Yes, exactly. And I think what's key for everyone to understand is that this is a failure to even create an indictment. An indictment isn't saying that the officers are guilty. An indictment simply says that there's enough ambiguity about what happened that there should be a trial to determine if anyone did anything wrong. So the fact that you have these consistent cases of white police officers and unarmed minority men dying at the hands of these officers, but there's no trial or investigation, there's a tremendous amount of anger in the United States.
And in indictments cases like this, where you have prosecutors who often work hand in hand with the police in pursuing other criminal cases, can they then honestly be expected to be impartial and aggressive in prosecuting these same officers? Isn't that part of the problem?
Right. It's very much a part of the problem. I mean, look, there's an inherent conflict of interest when you have a prosecutor who may have current cases or past cases that are dependent upon police officers is then called in to actually investigate and possibly indict a police officer. If an indictment was successful in Ferguson, if an indictment was successful here in New York, there's a possibility that previous cases that were done with these officers may have to be reopened and questioned. So there's an inherent conflict of interest, and that's the other reason why structurally the president, the mayor, governors, and political leaders really need to take a look at how our grand jury system works, especially in the case of minority death.
And we heard the comments there from President Obama, acknowledging that there are problems here that need to be addressed. But does he need to do more here?
Well, there's not much he can do, unfortunately. The main thing that the president can do is speak as a voice of the individuals who are upset with these decisions. And I want to make it clear, there are lots of people of all colors in America who are unhappy with what happened with Eric Garner. The protests that have been going on in New York have people of all colors and races and even political parties complaining about it. The president's main job at this point should also be to send the Department of Justice in to do a thorough investigation and not just spend time researching for several years and walk away with their hands up.
And in terms of what the mayor of New York, Bill de Blasio, who has just in the last few minutes spoken about this, I mean, he's in a difficult position here, isn't he? And he was elected on a progressive platform of promising to address the issue of police and their relationship with the communities. But he is also in a position where he has to ensure public safety and security.
Or an even more practical political issue, which is he doesn't want to alienate the police department because he has to work with them. And it's extremely difficult. This is not the first New York mayor who's dealt with this, but it is very difficult for large city mayors in the United States to root out corruption, inappropriate behavior, or incompetence within police departments. It's a very, very tense relationship there. So Mayor de Blasio is in a difficult position, but I think thus far he has behaved responsibly by saying, look, it is a great thing for American democracy for people to be able to protest, and we will allow them to do so long as it remains peaceful.
Good to get your thoughts on this. Jason Johnson joining us there from Cleveland. Thank you.